Okay, hi, I'm back to go over some vocabulary for this week. And you'll see that these words work with the suffix of able, whether it be ABLE or IBLE. All right, so let's first go over the words. Now let me just remind you, if you can spell these, fantabulous. That's a bonus. But you mostly want to focus on understanding the meaning, okay, and how to use the words. All right, so please do what works for you when you're at home. Whether that means maybe write some riddles, maybe look them up in a dictionary, maybe try and use them in a sentence with someone, like have a conversation with someone in the house to try and understand the words, make pictures to show your understanding, okay? And if you can get access to the passage that goes along with this, which we email / send home to you, however your teachers get papers home to you. I know that sometimes that passage is hard to do on the screen and when downloaded. So that's why there's always other options. Just think of what the main goal is. Okay, the passage is just one way to show understanding. All right, there's always other ways. All right, so please remember that. All right, so let's take a look. Our first word that we have up here is adaptable. Say it, adaptable. We'll go over meaning after we say them all first, okay? Then we have the next word. I have a feeling many of you know the second word. You see it a lot at school. We talk about it a lot at school. That's right, responsibility. Next word is manageable. Manageable. There's another word we use a lot, science, reading, well, math too, because there's patterns and things. Something that's predictable. Predictable. And our last word, now you saw that in your spelling list, if you did the spelling video already, we had the word possible. Well, here's another form of possible. We have possibilities. Okay? So let's go over some meaning. First, let's think about adaptable. So remember what ABL means. ABLE means if you add it to an end of a word. Okay, it's able to do that. So adapt. I am able to adapt. To be adaptable is good. And us as humans, and I think we may have even had a science video that talked about adaptations. Okay, so when you think about how all the language and the words work together, the meaning is there. Okay, so how are you adaptable? Okay, well, many of you are adaptable without even realizing it when you go to a new grade, right? You have to adapt to the change of a new classroom, a new teacher, maybe some new classmates, and you become adaptable. Now, some of us might do it within the day. Some of us, it might take a couple of weeks, but in the end, you are adapting. You are adaptable. Okay, let's think about responsibility. What is something that's your responsibility? So what does that mean you do? You're sort of responding to getting it done, and you are able to get it done, right? So it's your responsibility to make sure that you take care of your learning. Your new teachers at home, your wonderful families are there to help you. We're all here to help you, but we can't make you learn, right? That's up to you. It's your responsibility to take the challenge, take the tasks, and do what you need to do. Think about other things now that you're at home a lot more. That's your responsibility. Maybe you have to make sure you make your bed in the morning. Take care of your room and your toys and your games and all that fun stuff. Maybe you have a responsibility to take care of the pet. Okay, you respond to something you're able to do. Next word, manageable. So you're able to manage. Well, you might be thinking, manage what? What's manageable? Okay, so sometimes we think about, well, what can you get done in your math test today? Is it manageable for you to do all the things you need to do in an hour? Okay, so like we think about that. Is it manageable? Sometimes maybe Mr. Mihal might ask, hey, third grade teachers, do you think that the students will be able to blah, blah, blah? And we'll say, sure, that's manageable, meaning it's able. We're able to manage that time and able to get it done. Okay? Then we have predictable. Predict. I know you've heard that word before. Think about how you've used the word predict or what you've predicted. What's something that you've predicted? Okay? So if something in a story, okay, you're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Well, then it's predictable. You're able to predict it. And our last word, possibilities. What are the possibilities for you? To what? I don't know. Meaning possible. If something is possible, it's able to be done, right? Okay, sure, that's possible. So what are the possibilities? What might we think about possibilities? Okay, so if something's a possibility, let's also think about this. If it's a possibility, is it predictable? No, because possible are things that maybe might happen or might not happen. We don't really know, do we? Okay, so think about that distinction between predictable and possibilities. Is it possible that you will go to the planet Mars? Well, who knows? 20 years from now, I may read about some of you going to Mars. Never know. So I can't say that it won't happen. What are some things that are possible when you grow up? Well, we just talked about that maybe it's possible you go to Mars. I personally don't think I want to go to Mars. But you never know what our future holds. Okay, so what are some other things that are possible when you grow up? Become a scientist, become an athlete, okay, become a doctor, go into the service industry and help people get the products that they need, get the services that they need. The sky's the limit. Be an artist, musician, whatever's in your heart and your mind, boys and girls, it's possible. And you have lots of possibilities. Okay. So as I said, please take some time to make sure you go over your words. If you can spell these, that's great. All right, and one last thing that I will do to help get the meaning in. So I'm going to keep these words up here. All right, so remember, sometimes what we do is to show that we understand is we try and fill these into a sentence, and that shows comprehension, which means understanding of what you're reading and working with. Okay, so listen to the following sentence, and which of these words would we put? I have lots of jobs to do before lunch. I will be busy, but it's bzz. What's the buzzword? Bzz. What should I put there? I will be busy, but it's adaptable. I will be busy, but it's responsibility. I will be busy, but it's manageable. Any of those three make sense? Okay, it's busy, but I'm able to manage it. Manageable is your best choice there. Here's another one. Writing the invitations for the party is my bzz. I better get busy. Writing the invitations for the party is my bzz. I better get busy. What's the bzz buzzword? Okay, so it is, that's right. If you said responsibility, writing the invitations for the party is my responsibility. Next one. There are so many bzz of colors for painting my room. It is difficult to decide. There are so many adaptable. There are so many predictable. I don't know. There are so many possibilities. What'd you decide? Well, I hope you went with, there are so many possibilities of colors for painting my room. And let's go with one more. I can be sure our grandmother will call us this week. She's pretty bzz. She's pretty adaptable. Well, what would that have to do with grandma calling every week? Is it about she's pretty responsibility? Well, the word's responsibility. Is that the way we want to use it? No, doesn't really make sense. I know she's going to call every week, which means that it is something I know is going to pretty much happen. That's right, ding, 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 predictable. And that's nice if grandma calls every week. All right, boys and girls, one last time. We have adaptable, responsibility, manageable, predictable, possibilities. Go do some fun word work. Knowledge is power. Bye-bye.